Hi, and welcome to another episode of We Hate Skill Windows. My name is Rai,
Chris.
and today we are reviewing The Night King Who Returned with a God. Except, really, if we're being honest, he returns with a bunch of gods. And doesn't really return. I guess he doesn't return. Um, anyway, this is about a guy who, your average Korean. He dies. He gets reincarnated into the body of a white man in a world where knights are the medieval fantasy and becomes king of that world. And then while he's fighting demons, he gets relinked into a portal system and finds himself back in Korea. He's sort of busted, very racist, and yeah, that's the gist of it. Anyway, uh this may or may not be the second time recording this intro because I may have perchance swore in the previous intro. I don't know if it matters. I'm gonna pretend like it matters because haha, these videos definitely get views. Anyway, uh did you write up a document on this one, Chris?
I bet a little bit, yeah.
Oh cool. Wanna talk about how this one's sort of mediocre? Actually, you know what? Let's
Oh,
start off on a good note. Did you like this one?
it was alright.
Did you really?
Oh, it wasn't
Compared to
as
all the
serious as
other
the whole power fantasy aspect.
10 years ago, the portals rained from the sky and monsters came out. Compared to other stuff that's on the market, how'd you rank this?
This is like slightly better than all those.
Is it because it's too stupid?
But yeah, I think its comedy really elevates it
Yeah, that's a
slightly
little
above others.
stupid. And the main character is very racist, but don't worry, he's not like racist against other people. He's just racist against other races. So he's the true racist. Uh, you wanted a racist to rule all racists. That's the man. He really hates orcs and he really hates goblins. Honestly, he's probably a protector of mankind. And yeah, I, if you were previously Korean and then you got reincarnated into body of a European king, essentially, and then you lived as that king for like 2,000 years. You went back to Korea somehow, and they were still serving the same food. Would you not be sort of depressed? Or would you do? Okay, no. Here's the question: would you do what Leon did here and be like, "Foolish peasant food, give me something better," or would you be like, "Oh yes, yes, delicacies, let me try it." Like, would you actually act familiar with the food, or would you do what he's doing, which is pretending like he never reincarnated?
Uh, that's a good cut. I mean,
Because I think people would definitely think worse of him if he revealed that he used to be Korean.
like he's like a
He would be a nobody anymore. Right now, he's like a returner or whatever. People place value in him.
I don't necessarily think that he would be relegated back to like just a human, like a Earthling.
Mm.
But I
I
don't
think
know.
people would think he's worse. But I don't know. The first one of the first things this guy did was bless a whole like wheat field, rice field, and make them
Wait,
like
yeah,
he basically cured cancer.
basically.
Ugh.
Also
I
cures sinus congestion. That sounds amazing.
oh my god. It sounds like you're gonna plan a trip to Korea soon.
Honestly. Take me to huddle planes.
No, why take a plane when you can just fly over there with your wyvern or something? Man, you ever realize at some point, or well, maybe you're not like me. You ever dream of just one day you pray to some god that's out there, you're like, please, I no longer wish for like petty things like a car or infinite wealth. I wish for the world to be engulfed in a solo leveling world. Where
Oh,
one day skill windows appear in front of everyone on the planet and monsters appear from portals in the sky. Oh, that'd be a good time.
it'll be fun.
It would be
If
so fun.
maybe.
I can't wait to get an F tier gift and like my coworker or like a friend who's just randomly nearby, don't even know him, gets like a S tier gift and becomes the god of like, you know, wherever the heck we live.
Ugh.
Definitely don't want to reveal where we would go anywhere. It's somewhere in the U.S. Yeah. No. In Korea, where we live. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. Uh, no, yeah, man. I want to experience the true. I want to experience the solo leveling power fantasy, but I don't even care if I get a skill window. Really, I just want to have the ability to have a world where, like, strictly, you have the Hunters Association and you have ranks, and I want to be able to awaken my gift one day. And then get an F tier gift, and it's like, congrats, you get to see like 2 meters in the dark further than everyone else. I go, great,
Holy frick.
thanks. I mean, what would that do for you, Congrats, your ability is you can hold your breath underwater 3 times the usual limit.
Oh,
Great, thanks. Like, where's my body strengthening? Your body turns to stone after you stand still for 2 seconds. Wait, actually, that's just depressing. If that was your whole power, that'd be depressing. Imagine your power, but your only power is that if you stand still, your body turns to stone, and then you
does
can't
it
reverse
return
it.
back to normal?
No, of course not. That's the extent of your skill window. If you stop moving for 2 seconds, you immediately petrify yourself.
Oh no.
You have to keep moving. It's a curse.
You go into a water, you have to sleep on a water bed that's constantly jiggling.
Yeah, you have to sleep on like a massage chair, and then your character thinks in gamer speak, obviously. So it's like, oh my god, if I remain idle for 2 seconds, I'll I'll be put into an abnormal status effect. Okay, stop being cringe. Uh, I'd like to complain, as we do in the complain section. I'd like to complain. Uh,
Yeah.
ooh, you also have a complaint.
The random skill windows that appear but have no relevancy to anything, as we know of yet.
Wait,
I
when
don't
did
know.
the random skill windows appear?
In the very beginning, when he killed all the demons, the skill window appeared.
Oh.
It was like quest complete, and I was like, what the
Oh
frick?
yeah, you're right. Well, so it only happened when he's in the gate, though. I think, right? Could be wrong.
Maybe.
The like teal thing appeared and was like, yeah, the first quest was like side with the orcs or side with the goblins or something.
Oh yeah, there's that
And then he
one.
was like, nah,
Yeah.
screw that. Kill the orcs, kill the goblins. We don't want these filthy races touching us. And then he forcibly changed the skill or the quest from a take side, take battle into extermination. Now, my complaint is in chapter 36. I know it's chapter 36 because I'm looking at the chapter as we speak. In chapter 36, do you have notes on this?
No, not really.
Okay, in chapter 36, he goes to his house and he accesses his like gotcha portal where he just goes to like the cookie run my kingdom and just takes stuff. It's the part where he like he enters his mind palace essentially. Except his mind palace is filled with everyone who I guess died in Dragonia.
Oh, he entered the Grail or something, right?
I don't know what he did. He placed his hand on
Like
his chest and he
paradise.
teleported. Yeah. And not only does he go there, he activates that and takes things from his former subjects and or his like predecessors. And he's the only one who can take things from this realm. They literally state that in the
Yeah.
chapter. He then takes it to the outside realm. Is
Yeah.
that not busted? Think of how many people must be in there. He's just able to freely take. I mean, yeah, sure, they might not be like super OP stuff, but like that. I just there's no power balancing this guy.
Yeah. It's got no drawbacks. He's just OP.
No, yeah, he's just OP. I mean, his OG thing is like, oh, I can summon like 4 weapons or something. He can summon like like a spear, a sword, and shield, and a jousting thingy.
Grail. Oh
I don't
yeah,
know. He's got
probably.
relics. He's got like holy relics he can summon, and yet he just decides to fight like this because it's a knight, and a knight must do honorable things. The other gripe I have is just who would actually? Well, hmm. Would you sign up for his training?
No.
No, you wouldn't
I
sign up
don't
for
care if I'm
the.
an OP fighter and I'm living my life in comfort at my house playing video games. Sorry, bye.
Oh, you don't. Well, hold on. If you join the training camp, you can beat you and your fellow teammates and coworkers into a pulp every day. Because don't worry, you'll be healed and regened forever. You also get to eat what like
Water with sugar and salt?
yup
Yeah.
for your every daily meal. And only
But then
after you
someone
become a
late at night.
real soldier will you get actual food.
Yeah.
And then someone at night gives you potatoes, and you're like, "Oh my goddess, she's here."
Make a
Say Megami.
I forgot how to say goddess in Japanese.
Oh, Megami is
Or,
it? Or wait, is it
like,
Megane? No, that's glasses. Hold
I think
on.
it's Megumi.
Goddess in Japanese. Megami? Megami. I think it said Megumi. Oh, it's like the girl from the Konosuba.
Oh.
Megami. Dang. Okay. Well, yep. He's interesting, isn't he? Let's rate the thing, shall we? Or did you have more to notes? You got
Uh,
complaints?
I mean, this is just my general complaints. Well,
Ah,
actually, no, this is
perfect.
pretty specific to
Let's
this
do it
one.
again. Why would we skip this section? Go for it.
When did the beginning they stopped doing this, thank God. But one of the first things that they started complaining about, like you've got this fantasy world, you've got powers, monsters, portals to other dimensions. And then one of the very first arcs is about this guy trying to get taxes off of land. I'm just like,
Oh, the guy who tries to
wow.
like buy the goddess's land.
Yeah. And it was just like,
Listen, they gotta show how
wow.
corrupt and greedy the people are, the hunters who are above the association. Right? It's
It
just
was just so banal. Like I was like, wow. Fantasy world, and the very first arc is about this guy
no,
who
no.
wants
He's out of the
taxes and
fantasy world
merchandising.
now. He's just in the
Yeah,
bureaucratic world now.
it was just general like, what the frick? I don't know. A lot of it had to do like even in the very beginning. His very first thing was like, "Oh, I got reborn, and now I have a handsome or a pretty mom, so I'll be handsome in the future." And it's like, you're in the fantasy world, and you're still complaining about things like looks,
No,
money,
no.
wealth,
He
and
what
it's
he
just like
realized is I have white privilege now. That's what
probably
he recognized. He was like, "Oh my god, I have privilege. Even if I die with privilege."
it's just a little bit frustrating when you see like a fantasy world and the same things that happen in the real world. Everyone's complaining about looks. Everyone's complaining about wealth. It's just like,
Yeah,
oh my god.
yeah,
It's definitely, I don't know. Uh, I consider it kind of just a negative for the book itself. But they don't really talk about it afterward. Then it just turns into like crazy, whack fantasy things with
yeah. You also
weird
forget that
racism.
this guy protected the kingdom for like over 3,000 years or something.
Yeah, I didn't really mind that though.
Really? You didn't feel bad for him?
Yeah.
Hey,
It
okay.
happened in like half a chapter. I don't know.
Wow, you're like, it sort of sucks that he complained all this hard and then just had to protect the kingdom for 3,000 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's complain about one more thing. Not really a complaint, but sort of a complaint. There's a good amount of 3D. You notice that?
No.
Really? Wait, you didn't?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me send you a screenshot. Anytime the soldiers appear, all CG.
Oh.
Um, let's see. Where's the first chapter where he recruits soldiers? No, this is the test chapter. Like 22. Yeah, the soldiers are here now. Also his horse is always like 3D. Not quite sure what's up
Oh.
with that. But the reason why I recognize it mostly is because it feels very much like feels a lot like uh I mean, I guess it's masked really well. In fact, you could even say it's not 3D if you really thought about it. But it feels 3D. It definitely feels 3D to me at least. Here's a screen cap for you. That is chapter 22 that we're talking about here. Send over a screenshot for you. Would you recognize this as 3D or am I overthinking it?
Maybe.
Only a maybe? Yeah, maybe I'm the one mistaken. I don't know. I feel like,
It definitely looks off in some way.
yeah, it's because it's cell shaded.
Yeah.
And they took a screen cap. Obviously, they drew in the details, like the eyes underneath and all that. I feel like this is definitely
Like maybe it's like a photo someone took, and then they applied like a bunch of filters and they drew over it.
Oh yeah, no, they definitely drew over it, but like they kept a lot of the base 3D-ness in it. Like all the backgrounds are 3D. It's more hold on, it's more recognizable here, I guess. It's the stuff no one's looking at as well. Like who's gonna be looking for this? Except for maybe me. Because I used to make this stuff. Let's another one. You see that background?
Oh, look, the background looks like a real like
It's
photo. I
3D.
see.
Not only
Oh,
is it possibly real render, it's just something they took from like another genre game and slapped it in the background and cel shaded it.
yeah,
Like
I see what you
it
mean now. Yeah.
it's very it's pretty blatant. I mean the art's good though. I mean it really doesn't need to be like it just feels like they wanted to save time. But yeah, rating time. Rating time. Let's start with the fun time score, the good high score. It's the art score. It's got good art. What do you want us to say? It's got good art. The art is good.
Yeah.
It's a little stupid sometimes, and it's a little lazy sometimes. I feel like they did
Yeah.
good. 8 out of 10.
I give it 8 too.
Alright, perfect. Story score. I.
Mm, Jupiter.
There hasn't really been that much story.
Yeah, it's only 40 chapters.
And a lot of it's probably the content that you don't terribly enjoy, am I gonna say? Like, he just sort of enters portals.
Well,
Like,
they actually do
yes,
have
things
like,
happen, but like, I don't know. I feel like only recently did we come across something where it's like, oh, a remnant of his world is now appearing as a dungeon again.
I feel like the arc where he went into that like,
The Dream Demon Castle, the
yeah,
long
I
one.
feel like that was like a proper arc of the story. It maybe wasn't super like interesting. I don't know, but it was
It felt a little stupid to me because I
it
was
cared.
like, why? Like, yes, he was apparently like weakened or whatever. How did he not sense that these all these knights were like undead?
Yeah.
It took him to like lift the veil or whatever using his god to do that, but he definitely didn't. Like usually the readers would have some inclination. Oh, maybe the character thinks that these are undead or something. Like, he had no thoughts. He said it was empty until a big reveal.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate the story. It's sort of generic feeling. The goblins and the orcs are the bad people. You gotta kill them. Well, actually, you know what? They're not always bad people. But to the king, they are bad people.
Yeah.
He's racist. You gotta not forget that. Yeah. You know what? We'll give the story prop. It's not the worst thing. It's definitely pretty interesting. Like Chris said before, it's got a lot of comedy in it. A 7 then. I don't hate it.
Oh, I'll give it like a 6.
Like compared to the other stuff on the market, this is definitely not that bad. I'll definitely
Yeah.
give it that. Characters, hate them. uh, I don't like the main
I'm
character.
good.
He's painful. The girl with the fire sword stuff, generic.
Yeah.
Sir Spinny or Sir Spine, stupid. The Pantheon, they're stupid as well. Okay, I
You're like the Tsundere war god.
no, I do not. I don't care for them. I don't care about the soldiers. I don't care about anyone in this world. The only smart people in this world are the orc gods, and that's because they decided to stay the f away. I mean, probably should provide some reasoning to why I hate them. The main character is painful in like a almost like a chuny way, except obviously he's not. But like, what he
He's
knows these
very.
concepts because he used to be Korean, but he like refuses to act on them
He's
because
been more. He was only
I
like
mean,
28 when he died,
yeah, I
right? He
mean, yeah,
lived
he's
300
lived a
years
lot more life as an European man,
as a
as
king.
Gilgamesh, basically from Fate. But I mean, would you not want to like eat traditional Korean food? I don't know. I have expected him to come back, and in 10 chapters, he's lounging on a couch, dressed in a tracksuit, watching TV. You know, like the rest of them, like the rest of them. I hate them all. Every single returner was like, "Oh my god, back to Korea! I can watch my K dramas and put on my Gucci tracksuits." It's so stupid. I I don't enjoy it. So yeah, you know what? Props to him. He didn't do that. Let's give him a 4. No, no, we can't be that mean. Hold on a second. I don't know if you're still listening. You are. Uh, did the recording stop? No, the recording didn't stop, but my window closed. Clearly, things are not going according to plan. And the temps are low. I don't know. Okay, for a brief second, OBS just completely froze and stopped working. And I was worried. Because of that, you're getting a 5. Congrats. Quick, the
Man,
character score before it breaks again.
I'll give them a 6.
Ah, did you like the main character?
Not really.
Perfect. Skill 1 to 10 score.
Uh, they weren't that prevalent. They weren't that in the face. But every time I saw them, I rolled my eyes.
We're giving it a mwah out of 10. That's about right. Alright, what's the final score? Can we do math? Can I do math? Absolutely not. 8 plus 6.5 plus 5.5. Oh, wow. If it isn't this score,
I think yeah.
6.66.
Whoa.
I was about to put 66.6, and I was like, wait a minute. It's average! Yay! Yep. Well, I think I suggested this garbage last time. What you suggest for us? What good things will we be reading this time?
Yeah,
You can find something better, right?
uh, uh, uh,
Listen, when in doubt, the lone spellcaster out.
what do you mean? No.
What you mean is exactly what I mean.
Wow, this got a lot of chapters very quickly. I'll be taking a break for personal reasons.
Oh. Don't get a swear now. Oh. I didn't like reading that one. Oh. Okay. Let's read it. I don't think I'll like it again, but you know what? We gotta review them. If we review all of them, eventually we can sift out what's not quite really trash. If we don't review them, we'll never know what's trash. Yeah, this one sucks in my opinion, but that was like 40 chapters ago. Maybe it's gotten better. I guess.
Ooh.
Alrighty, let me update the title. I'll be taking a break for personal reasons. I'll be taking a break. Oh, wait. You really know how to pick them.
I just choose one, the first one I see that we haven't rated within like the 70 to 80 chapter range.
Oh, why does that have to be the 70-80 chapter range? That's when
It
they
was the
get
first
like
one.
decently good or decently bad, and this one I feel like definitely is decently bad, but uh it's the web novel turned into own novel sort of. Actually, no, you know what? It's not. It's weird. It's weird. I don't. I didn't enjoy it. Whatever. We're gonna rate it. Maybe you enjoyed it. If anyone out there is a fan of I'll be taking a break for personal reasons, just know that I hate it for personal reasons. Anyway, we'll be back next week. So go and like the subscribe button and follow to hit the notification bell. Right, you got any words of wisdom?
Yeah,
Perfect.
make a comment
Yeah, if you don't do that, you'll
here.
get reincarnated as a white man. No, go and do it. See ya.